on TikTok at the same time. So just give me a moment so I can get them in. There we go. All right, now we have TikTok in here. I am live on TikTok and YouTube. My name is Carol. I am the owner and creator of everything you find at CarolJo's.com. It is an online jewelry and accessory business for women. We do lots of things here. I actually don't usually go and promote my jewelry here as much as we do other things. So I'm going to bring up my backup account of TikTok so that I can see comments. TikTok is notifying people that we're live, so that is awesome. But what we do here is we will have tutorials. Tonight, we are going to have a tutorial. I'll show you that in just a moment, what we're going to be doing tonight. And we do chats twice a week. This week, I only have on the schedule once because we are changing up and replacing one of our chats with a charm sale. We talked about it on a live recently. So we're going to be doing that. And we are going to also have sale times. We have basket sale tomorrow. And tomorrow night we have a bead sale. Wednesday we have a bring back sale and a charm sale. Thursday we have the, I believe it's the silicone sale is on Thursday during the day. Friday we'll have another tutorial. We're going to use the bookmarks to make, using silicone beads to make a bookmark. We will also have, hey, Rosie, tomorrow or Friday night, we will not do our bead sale that we normally do. Instead, on Saturday, we will have the bead sale. And I will be bringing the rest of the Gorgonia beads that I have in stock right now. We started getting those ready yesterday. Yes, Ryan helped me, and we are over halfway done getting them ready. So they'll be ready by Saturday. So we have that. So if you guys can, if you are on TikTok here, can you guys go ahead and share it out and also do the likes. And while I'm going to change my internet here on my backup account, because if I do it from the same internet, TikTok will think it's just me trying to promote my own on my own account, no matter if it's a different account. There we go. So we are going to get others in here. And on my backup account, I don't have everybody. So I'm just going to bring it out to a few. There we go. And then share, share, share. And let's get that shares up so we can get people in here. Today is chat time. What we do on Monday chat time, when we do it right away here in the morning or early afternoon, is we talk about what the, our quote of the week is. And today's quote is, let me bring it up so that I can show you or say it, because I can't say it without it in front of me because it's a longer one. There we go. And it is posted already this morning, so you guys should be able to see the quote. I also posted this week's schedule out there. It is pinned on TikTok. So today it is creativity is inventing, experimenting, growing, taking risks, breaking rules, making mistakes, and having fun. When I read this, sorry over there on TikTok, Ryan was trying to call me. Let me text him and tell him I'm live, and then I'll call him back. Have to do that from here, so hold on. There we go. All right. Hi, Harriet. How are you doing? So, with our quote, I'm going to get back to that now. The quote there, we've been talking about a lot of it lately about, sometimes we have things that are failures when we try. Um, we are taking risks. If you are running your own company, that is a risk that you have decided to take. Um, we've talked about inventing. We've talked about taking ideas that someone shows you and making it your own. I mean, so we've talked a lot about that. But the one thing that I don't know that we've talked a lot about is having fun. And in the way that I'm going to say this is when we were making that star, this one, this keychain, while we were making it, you guys know it took me weeks to get this to go. It took me lots of iterations. The one thing that I do while I am creating and working and that type of thing is that if it isn't fun, I stop what I'm doing. And that is the biggest thing that I have learned in my life is that if you're doing something that isn't bringing you joy, it's not worth doing. Yes, there are some ugly things that happen in business. You have the behind the scenes where you have a customer who isn't happy with you, or you have a vendor that when they sent you the product, it wasn't what it was. Those are part of it. But when it comes down to the beads that I select to bring up for sale, when I'm talking about the ideas for the tutorials or thinking things through, to me, those things have to be fun or this isn't worth it. So when we were working on that keychain, I literally was like, I would get to a point, I would get frustrated because my vision wasn't coming out. What I had visioned in my head, I couldn't get to the keychain. And when that happened, that was my cue just to put it down. Was it my cue to give up on it? No. But it was time to just stop and work on something else that would bring me joy for that day. Like I said, it took me a couple of weeks to get that all figured out. So when I read that quote, it really hit me personally this last week in just the fact that I love what I do. I have fun with what I do. I want to be creative and bringing you guys new ideas and new beads. Hi, Mimi, and all of that. And so that's why this quote just hit me is like, this is the place that I need to be right now. And that's what I want from when you guys read it is that can you take a piece of that and be like, what is a basket sale is what Mimi's asking over here. I'll answer that in just a second, Mimi. So when you read the quote, I just want if you guys can put in the chats and either I have that on all of my social medias, that quote, put in there what hit you when you read that. That would be good. Oh, hallelujah. He texted me back instead of like me having to call him back. We've been having problems. This is where you can say we've been having problems with our garbage carrier. And we live in an area where we have an option of one. One. We don't have an option of two. We don't have an option of three. We have an option of one. And their service stinks. Hi, Lori. So I can't give it up because I need my garbage taken away. I produce a ton of garbage here. We've even gone so far as we break down the boxes, and we used to break down the boxes and put them in our garbage, and now we don't even do that. We actually send those with Ryan because they have a recycling thing just for cardboard where he works at, and then we can recycle them there. And I produce probably 4 to 5 boxes a week that I need to have taken just from the business. That doesn't include all the other garbage that we have. So, and they haven't been picking it up like they should, and they're going to come tomorrow. Last week was a holiday week, but they decided they shouldn't pick up our garbage. And I called them every day going, can you please pick up my garbage? Can you just let me know when you're going to pick it up? Sorry, that's the not so great part of life, but we all have to deal with it. But basket sales, getting back to Mimi and answering your question. A basket sale is where I have had items that I've had up for sale. People claim them and there are numerous reasons why they are not able to pay. And so I bring those items back up for sale. There will be limited quantities about them because most people only get one or two of items. So it's not like you're going to find 5 or 6 of the item, just to let you know. That's what a basket sale is. And we'll have that one tomorrow at 2 p.m., I believe is when it is. Let me double check the schedule. Let me bring that up so I'm not giving you wrong information. Da-da-da. Hi, Melissa. Yes, tomorrow's basket sale at 2. We have talked about last week, a suggestion was offered up about, oh, cool. Well, you also are supposed to be spending time with your partner there too. So on the basket sale, like if we were having people, like if I had 2 or 3 of it, one person's going to claim all 2 or 3. And they suggested just leaving it as like what I do on my limits type thing, and that everybody gets a limit of 1 of those items. And I think I'm going to implement that and just do it as, if I have 3 of it, I will say limit, we'll just say basket sales are limit 1 until we get through everybody, and then it opens up just like we do with the other things. I thought that was a good idea. I sat back and thought about it. I always have to sit back. You guys can shoot me ideas, but you will know that I am an analytical person. So I have to take what you said, step back, process it, and then we can bring it back in. So don't think that you're giving me bad ideas and that I'm not going to do it. I just need my time, okay? My time to process. So that's what we'll be doing for those basket sales. So we'll have a basket sale tomorrow at 2. Then tomorrow night, we're going to have our bead sale. And I am working on getting that ready. What that one will entail is, if you guys were a part of the workshop this last weekend or watched it, you would have saw that we had Zuli making a necklace that she used 0.8 millimeter cord. Oh, I saw the note. I totally spaced it off. I'll show you what they are. Hi, Murda. I have them right here, Lori. Good thing you're on and you asked. I can show you. Okay. They're multicolored, so there's different colors in each pack. There's 5 in a pack for $1.25. Are you okay with, because you said I think it was 6. Let me know. Are you good with that, or do you want me to? Perfect, add 6. Okay, I got them out. I will get that for you. I'm going to do it right now. I'll send you your invoice, like the new invoice, but without any words in it. Okay, Lori? Just so that I can get them, and then I will go run them to your basket so I don't forget again. All right, drafts. We're looking for Lori's. Add a product. All right. There we go. Ooh. Okay. Well, do you have to get a new car then? Three, 4, 5, 6. I know, I'm like, it's grateful that everybody's okay. Oh, cool. Everything's working out then. It just brings you peace. And they say there's a top 10 list of things that will cause you anxiety or cause a lot of stress, and a car accident is in that list. And I used to, of all things in my past, I know you guys probably are like, what kind of jobs? I actually went from working at an insurance company. Well, first off, my first full-time job, I made plastic bags, like garbage bags, sandwich. I didn't do the sandwich bag. That was in a different area. And then like bags that you would use for medical waste and all that kind of stuff. Did all that. That was my first full-time job. And then from there, I went and worked at the life insurance company. Then I went to work as an insurance adjuster doing claims for auto claims. Then I went into banking for either working at a bank or on the bank software side. And I did that for 16 years. And then I did another 8 years at that insurance company. And so I have almost 20 years as a business analyst between life insurance and the finance area. That's my background. So I can tell you what you're going through sucks. And I really feel for you. Yep, gap insurance really helps if you're in one of those areas where your loan value to the value of the vehicle are different. I am trying to resend it. I've got them in there, but it is not letting me resend. So I will resend as soon as we are done with the live. I'm going to set those right there. I won't forget, hopefully. Because have you met me? I do forget. So what I was saying about, you're welcome. Thank you for the reminder. The thing with Zulie's, her tutorial on that necklace. So what it is that she had half of her necklace going up that was beads on and 0.8 millimeter cord. And then on the other side, it could come down and be cords. And then off the cord would be dangling beads. Or you could, and it went through a textured ring. And so, or you could use chain and dangle beads off of the chain. So, based upon her example, and she said she was going to put it out on her YouTube, which her YouTube is Zulie Bea Handmade. I can't remember the last of it, but that was the title of hers. And with that, those match. I had an idea because as I was watching hers, I'm like, hey, I have 0.5 millimeter cord. And I asked her, I said, what? Is it okay to use 5 millimeter for this idea? And she's like, yes, you just don't use smaller beads. And she was using the Gorgonia beads. Well, we're going to have all the Gorgonia beads up for sale on Saturday. And that was always the plan, is that this week I would have those all up for you guys to be able to choose from. So that wasn't a change, or, you know, for her to say that and like give us that idea. I was like, hey, I'll have those out there. But where I was going with this is that I have the 0.5 millimeter cord in 12 different colors, and I have 5 spools. I don't know what the amount is going to be just yet. I am still working on that part. But we will have the spools up for sale tomorrow night on the bead sale. We are going to have 12 different colors available. And I'll show you the colors here. I am just sorting them out. They come to me all 12 like this. So this is how I get them, y'all. I get them like this. And then I got to sort them out by color and put the colors together. And then I will bag them up. So here's the first blue. Then we have this orangey color. We have a light pink. We're going to have like a magenta color pink, or pink, yep. Then we have the light green. We have a light yellow. And that yellow is actually lighter in real life. There's like a coral color, like a dark coral, green, light coral, a light blue. Hey, Vicky. Rainbow colored. Let me get that up close so you guys can see that rainbow in there. And then we have like a purpley color. You go there and you go there. So we're going to have those up for sale. So if you guys wanted to try that with a different size and make it your own versus what Zuli taught, you sure can. Then in our bring back sale, I was going to try to find my textured jump rings that you can use to make those. So that will be Wednesday. I will bring those. I will have to check into that. I think they are, because I don't think I've had this one before, but I'm not 100% like, yep, that's right. Okay. Oops, you're right here. Yep. These, I cannot tell you off the top of my head. I don't have the manifest in front of me, and I don't want to say wrong information. Maybe if I go here, let me see. See, this is where I say we produce garbage. So I have 5 of those that I will throw away. And that's where we get the garbage from. And for our garbage company to not want to pick up our garbage all the time really stinks. Whoops. I have a typo in it, so it's going to be, I think there's some really cool colors. We'll see what everybody else thinks. That's up to you guys to decide. I can bring it. There's 20 meters on a roll, about 18 to 20 meters. They are a 6-ply polyester cord. So that's what those are. And then the gorgonias that I am bringing, we have already, this one here. So for us, my husband doesn't want to burn garbage because he used to do that when he was a kid. And he ended up buying a dumpster of all things. So we have a big dumpster. And they will only in our area pick up, no matter if you are dumpster or just the cart things that you pull out to the curb. Well, we have to pull it all the way to our end of our driveway. And they only do those once every 2 weeks. So it doesn't matter which garbage you have, but yeah. So I'm just like, we're going on, tomorrow will be 3 weeks since our last pickup. Let me tell you, not fun. So yeah, but yeah, that one I think is really cool. And that's what these have in there, the metallic in it too. They don't say it's metallic, but they all have that metallic look to them. All the colors do. So yeah, so for us, they don't ever charge us extra. But our garbage bill is very high because we have a dumpster. But we share it with Ryan's brother. So his brother brings his garbage down to our house. So we've got 2 of us using it. So then it is, nope, not me. And we live in the country, everybody. So we got to make sure we don't have any little animals that run around here, because we do have deer that live in our grove. A mama and her twins live there. Every year, for some reason, we keep getting twins. Literally, the last 3 years, we have had baby twins living, and it's not the same mama. So, we've had 3 years of twins living in our grove. Then, the daddy buck deer does not come until the fall into the winter, and when they're rutting their antlers, and that's when he comes out. We have um raccoons like you would not believe here. And just think of great outdoors with raccoons. So we actually put wood on our dumpster lids so that people they don't get in. Yep, nope. I'm like, that's what we get here. So, and we have tried, we actually had a different garbage company and they were great. They never forgot to pick us up or anything, but they made a decision that they were not doing country anymore. And the reason being is that in a city, they can be so close together that they can pick up so many and the costs are so cheap. When you're out in the country going, it's like there are three of us on our mile road, but you only go a quarter mile in. And then on the other side of the road, about a quarter of a mile, there's two. Then there's nobody because my brother-in-law is a half a mile away from us. So there's 6 houses that they could possibly have. That's it. And that will take them probably a half an hour to 45 minutes to pick it all up the way that they have to do it. So, yeah. So that's why they don't want to do it. And I get it. It is all about business. I love living where we live. We actually live just a few miles out of the city limits of the largest town in South Dakota. I live in South Dakota for those of you who don't know. And they so we get the large town. I mean, it's a very small city. It isn't a town, it is a city. So we get the small city life and all of the life that comes with that. But we live outside of the city enough that we don't have neighbors right on top of us and we get to have nature. I mean, when you go outside and you see the firefly or they're not fireflies, they're they might be fireflies. It's when their little rears light up, those bugs. Why have all of a sudden, is it fireflies? But seeing those is so cool. Lightning bugs, yes. So I mean, I'm appreciative where we're at. Lightning bugs. Yep, those little bugs, we have those all the time. And some nights it's a lot, sometimes it's not. And for whatever reason, our house is excuse me, the house that the birds when they migrate to the south and they come back from migration. So twice a year for about a week long, our front and back acres are just covered with birds. Yeah, and so we get to see all of this. We have the deers that live here, um, and the deers are so calm about people that they will come up onto our cement pad in front of our garage. They don't let you pet them, but they're calm enough that we can be around them. So I mean, we're blessed where we live at, and I love it. And then our neighbor down the road, they have pet turkeys. I kid you not, they have pet turkeys. They will come up to you and touch your leg like a dog would to be scratched, and they just want you to scratch or rub their heads. These turkeys. I mean, it's so cool. Who would have thought? Pet turkeys. But yes, there are pet turkeys here. We've got baby kitties all the time around. We don't actually have any dogs right now around us. See, the turkeys don't chase you here. He also has pet geese and they will chase you. And when I worked in the corporate world, we had a geothermal pond to heat and cool. It's all part of heating and cooling the building that you have the pond. And the geese, because it is warm all year round, that water is open all year round. And so the geese actually migrated and live at that building. And when you would go out for walks, on your breaks, they would chase you down. We were told, do not feed them, do not pet them, because they were mean. They were mean. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. When they came at you, you walked, and there wasn't really any place to go besides like on the grass or out on the road. I just sucked when the geese got you, and you're just like, oh. So yeah. So, and they also, my sister has ducks, and so do our neighbors. They have pet ducks. We don't actually get ducks in our lawn. And the other night, it wasn't here where we live. It was about 4 miles away from us. We were driving down a gravel road, and this bird was flying in front of us with a big wingspan. And we're like, why doesn't it just move out of the way? We were actually going 40 miles an hour down a gravel road, trying to figure out what to do to get away from this bird. He was in front of us, just going with us, and all of a sudden he stopped and landed on the side of the road, and it was a bald eagle. and it was really cool while he was in front of us, but when he stopped and the way he looked at us, and as we were both drove by, he's like this to us, and we're like, okay, that was creepy. His eyes got big, and he was just like, "Er." But it was beautiful to watch in front of us, and it was at dusk, so it wasn't like we could really see what he was until he landed. But that was really cool, and that's the kind of stuff we get to see every day out here. I mean, bald eagle's not every day, but we just get all kinds of animals, and that's what I love about it. Yes, we've actually had an owl live here, and the owl had a 5-foot wingspan, a snow white owl. He hasn't been here in a few years. Um, when we had our dog, she would run animals off, and he lived in one of our outbuildings for a year, and then all of a sudden we think she ran him off. But yep, we had an owl, and I mean, we're talking not small, 5-foot wingspan owl. It was big, and it was just snow white, beautiful owl. But when he came at you, you had to duck because he'd knock you over, I think. So that's what is really cool about living out in the country. Sorry, this is chat time about jewelry making. We're talking about me living in the country. What I wanted to show you guys is the earrings that we're going to do tonight. Oh, no, you don't. No, it's okay. We can talk. I just feel bad that we're supposed to be talking about jewelry, and we went on my where I live at. I wanted to remember what the name I named these. So I'm calling these Simply Luxe swing earrings. And the reason being is that they're a tassel swinging earring here. We're going to take gorgonia beads and then chain and to make these earrings. So and Saturday, you will see the gorgonia beads. These beads will be up for sale on Saturday. Then this chain I will have tomorrow night for our bead sale tomorrow night. And then the bring back, I'm going to see if I can find some more of the silver earring wires. And I will do that so that you guys can get the supplies. I know it's 3 different shows, sorry, but that's what I will do for these. And then for the Zuli Saturday, hers, I will bring the cord tomorrow night. And then on bring back is when I will bring in those metal textured jump rings. So then you can make those. Saturday is going to be gorgonias. We have, and I will let you guys know what we have available for the gorgonias. We have 6 and 8 millimeter size cat eye, and they are in the colors pink, red, orange, dark orange, light green, green, blue, dark blue, purple, dark purple, brown, and black. So we'll have those. I ordered more of those cat eye gorgonias last night. I got the yellow and the white coming. So it'll be a couple weeks before I get those, but we'll have more colors here of those cat eyes. And then we will have this one here, the glitter ones in 8mm. I have 4 different colors. We have a purple, we have, and they're two-toned. See, like if you see this one here, the glitters ones that I have are two-toned. And I have a purple with the blue. The black here is what these are with the blue. We have a light gray, and I said it was an aqua color, but when it went into the light where I was working at last night, they are like aqua purple. I didn't realize the purple when I was in one light, but I go into a different light and we pick up more. And then there's like a gray in that same one. So we have 4 of those in 8mm. We will have, and I picked these beads out because tonight we're going to make, we'll make earrings with these. These are a faceted 10mm cube. It will be a mix of those. We'll have those on Saturday. We'll also have, and I grabbed ones that I had of these, and these are a glitter rondelle. So you'll see it there. There's the glitter. But when you look at it from the side, you're going to see there is a clear part and there's a color part. But when you look at it, it's glitter. And those are 8x6. So we're going to make a pair of earrings out of those tonight on our tutorial. But I'll have those on Saturday. And that will come, those are going to be in a mixed bag. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, we have the color changing. We have the 16mm color changing. Let me go grab my light really quick. I had to use my light in another room. So let me grab it out of my bedroom. The color changing, let me tell you, the color changing, you do not need the black light to see that. You just need a light. And see, when you put this light on there, it really glows off of there. So that's why I do it down here so you guys don't get shined on it. But here, it's blue. I got it on that one and it turned it blue. Let me turn this other one. So it needs light to change. It doesn't need UV light. So if you go out in the sun, they will change color. Why am I not getting him to change? So I have those in the 16, and these were my extras that didn't fit in a bag that I'm showing you guys. Oop, that one turned silver, but he popped away. So we have those, and I also have them in 8mm. So we'll have those. And then we have a glitter 6mm mix. And then I have a mix of all the colors of the cat eye in 6 and 8. I believe that's everything that we have that we'll be bringing. So there's lots of different ones. A lot of them are mostly the 6 and 8mm round. And they're mostly cat eye. I didn't think about the glitter when I was ordering those. So we'll be getting glitter in. Just to let y'all know. They're just not here now. So that's what we're going to do on Saturday. And then I'm going to bring other items than just the Gorgonia on Saturday. It will be a true bead sale. I will have pendants. I will have findings. I'm going to see about chains, what chains I have ready. Some other beads that are natural beads and some glass beads. And then I'll bring the Gorgonia. So I'll bring like probably around 20 different items plus the Gorgonia. Tomorrow night sale, I'm started on that. I have a cross pendant, and then we have another of the etched metal, rainbow colored. It's a star pendant. We'll have the chain for these earrings, and then I'm working on the other ones. I'll have, it is, I don't know what exactly it is. I am starting to, I did not get them to break this down into 1 meter. So I'm going to work on that as soon as I get off the live of breaking these down to 1 meter and getting it all ready. And then I'll know what it is. But here is what it is up close. Oop. So it looks like a curb chain. And it almost feels like stainless steel, but I don't want to say it is stainless steel without having that info for sure. Okay. So that will be up for sale tomorrow night. That chain will be, the earrings I will need to look for and get those brought to a bring back, because I've sold those recently, so I'm going to do it on a bring back. I used a head pin for these. You can use an eye pin if you like. And so I was thinking for the bring back, I know we just had those eye pins up for grabs on Friday night. But I will bring those back again on bring back day, just so that if you guys need more eye pins, they'll be available. But I will also bring head pins, because I'm going to show you how to make that with a head pin. Because I don't use eye pins because I want consistency in my circles. It's just me. I know some of you love using eye pins. I just can't. Sorry. It's just me. So we'll have those up and stuff. Oh, you don't? I will tell you, this chain, you don't need to cut it down. And that's what I will show as part of our tutorial tonight. Let me get the tool. Oh, I moved. Where did I move? Oh, I know where I moved the tools. I'm going to use them to break down the chain. So hold on. But I can show you here. I'll show you tonight. Hey, and I got the number, so I might be able to look this up and tell you what it is. This chain here, it is a open or unsoldered chain. So what you do is, while you have the chain, you feel the chain and you will feel a spot that opens. I do not have my glasses on, so bear with me. Right there. You take 2 of your flat nose pliers, one on each side of that place where it opens, and you open it up, take off what you need, and you decide you can close up that chain and use that as like one of your links, or you can just throw away that link. Totally depends on what you want to do. But I try to get chain that opens and closes like that, so that you don't have to cut apart a link of chain every time. So that is what I do with these. That is why you will find most of the chain that I bring to sales is unsoldered chain. Let me see what this is. I can tell you the details here in a moment. I'm thinking this one might be an iron, just by their numbering system. Let's see if I'm right. And I hate how my tablet has autocorrect. So it autocorrects all the time when I enter stuff. And it's like, that's not what I wanted. Nope, this is stainless steel, everybody. So it is a stainless steel cable chain, unwelded, flat oval. And the size of it is 5.5 by 4 by 0.9 millimeters. I love it to autocorrect when I am sending a text, but when I am trying to enter things in for the IDs for items, I don't want you to do it there. So that is what this is. So this is a stainless steel chain. So that is what we have up. We'll have that up tomorrow night. And you'll be able to buy them in a 1 meter package. And I will probably have like 25 meters available, because I need some for the tutorials. I can't leave it all up. I got 3 packages and there's 10 meters in a package on a spool like this. So I can't give up all 30 because I need some for the tutorials. Sorry. All right. I'm just excited I got this done while we're on the live, where I got those all sorted out. I know. Yep, sharing is caring. And that's the one thing that you guys do a lot of here. And I appreciate it 100%. Hi, cute preppy lifestyle. I was gonna say, I'm sorry, I am yawning. For our silicone tutorial, our silicone sale is going to be before the tutorial. I will get the item that we're going to do for the tutorial done before we do the silicone sale, because I will be bringing some of the items back for that. But I'm also going to be bringing the basket items for the silicones to that Thursday silicone sale. My weekend was great. I have to tell you guys, I thought it would take me longer to invoice this last week's sales. And when I got done with it at around 11:30 Sunday morning, I was so excited. And the reason why I was excited is that I could sit in front of the TV and watch football. And you have to understand, football is like our life on Sundays. So Ryan's team played at noon, my team played at 3. So 3:05. So we missed the first few minutes of my game while his game was finishing up. Both games came down to less than a minute of playtime. Little stressful at the end of the game, let me tell you. His game was more fun to watch because there was more back and forth. My game was like, okay, can we have some entertainment here? But then we got to the last few seconds and it was like, okay, we just won. So it was a good Sunday. So yes. And also, I didn't share this because we were on Zulie's. Oh, so which one are you, Murda? Are you Chargers or the Chiefs? So, oh, you're a Cowboy. Oh, it was on Thursday was the Cowboys. I was thinking Friday. Sorry, wrong day. Yes. Your game was there. Yep. So, I think we talked about that, and I told you guys I've been to AT&T Stadium, which the Cowboys brand is a brand. And when you see everything that they do to sell that brand, it's amazing. Let me tell you, working in a business world and understanding branding and how you can get your brand out there and how your brand can sell and bring in money is amazing. That is some true branding going on. I sit there and I'm like, the amount it costs to go tour that facility. Let me tell you though, the tour was extremely awesome. I am not a Cowboy fan. When you know I'm a 49er fan, there are a few teams that you're just like, ah. But holy wow is what I have to say. The information that they share, if you just glean even a portion of it, makes it so amazing. The way those tour guys are and how much information and how much it makes you believe in the brand is wow. Then I happen to personally watch they renamed it, but it's the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders. You know, it used to be on TNT, I think it was, and now it's on Netflix. They've rebranded the name. But what they're doing is they're having just the behind the scenes to it to grow their brand. I wouldn't have watched anything with the cheerleaders, but the way that they bring you into it, it just sucks you in. It's branding. And they will tell you, those ladies live a brand. You are the brand, and it just amazes me. And so I look at it from a business perspective when I'm watching it. I don't look at it as, yes, it's high competition to get into it, but to understand that those 36 women are representing that brand and what you do and how you sell it and how you have all the engagement events that come about from it and all of that. And even I would have not thought about this from this perspective until I had watched it. You are not allowed to touch the cheerleaders when you're having a photograph with them. I didn't even think about what that could entail or, that type of thing until watching it. Makes you stop and think about it. And that is where I'm coming from, is from the branding part of it. If we could all just get a little glimpse of it and bring it into our own businesses and figure out how to brand our businesses to make that work, would be amazing. Let me just tell you, amazing. And that's why I look at it from there. But the whole entire tour, and then even though we're not cowboy fans, let me tell you, we did buy the picture at the end because it was just an amazing tour. We're going to buy that family picture that we took at the end. I don't do pictures. I don't put pictures up in my house. If you guys came to my house, you would laugh. I have pictures on my phone. I will show you my phone. On my wall, no pictures. But we do have that picture from the cowboy sitting on my dresser so I can look at it every day. It is now 7 years old. But let me tell you, we bought it and we're going to show it where I can see it every day and remember my time. Literally, it comes down to branding. When you get through with that tour, you are going to take and buy that picture. I didn't even think, not one person stopped and did not buy that picture. Literally. It is, when you think about it from that aspect, they charge for you to come in the door to take the tour. There are snacks and everything that you can buy. It's not very big snack things. It's like mostly like if you want a water and that type of thing. But you can buy that water there. Then you go through and you have pictures taken at certain parts of the tour. And you're just like, yeah, whatever, I'm not going to buy it. Then you get done with the tour and you're like, yeah, I am going to buy it. And then when you come down from the end of the tour, it is right into their gift shop. So that if you're a Cowboys fan, you're going to buy a Cowboys fan gift from being there. They have thought that through all the way. So that is what I will tell you about how a business is ran. Not even about like they are, having the Cowboys games. Because when you think about it, how many home games do the Cowboys play in? I mean, let's think about this. It's not very many. But you also have that stadium for, all of the events that are happening that would go on at AT&T. So, they do sell it from that aspect. And also the other college ball games and all that kind of stuff. And they can't have a college ball game on the same weekend as they have a professional game because they have different turf for each one. So there's a lot of planning behind this that goes into having the stadium. But when you think about from the branding of just the cowboy portion of it, it is huge. So sorry. And there's rodeos in there. Holy buckets. I mean, I can understand having the rodeo in there, but holy wow. Because you have to bring in all that dirt. So do they do, like, does the PBR go to Fort Worth or do they go to Dallas? Because I think they end up going to Fort Worth. I don't watch PBR as much as I used to. We actually have a friend of ours that he was on the PBR in the top 50 for a few years. He's retired now. So when he was doing it, we were following when he was on TV. We would watch him. So yeah. Weird thing, he met a girl from South Dakota. He's from Montana. Met a girl, married her. Her parents live like literally like not even 3 miles from us. And that it just being in the area. He moved here and he was in there. So yeah. Yes, all of that tailgating. And I know I've been, oh, that's okay. The barbecue and the tailgating, let me tell you, that's a big deal. Thank you, Adriana, for the follow. So yeah, I'm like, But I think PBR is in Fort Worth and not in Dallas, but I could be wrong. And I mean, we're not talking the rodeo, we're talking the PBR. You know, PBR, when you get up to that ranks, is usually separate from the rodeo part. Okay, I am correct. Okay, because I was thinking that's where they always went. And of all things, I will tell you, the same family was also on Family Feud. But you would think, let me just tell you, you would think by him being on the PBR that he would be up at the front. Nope, he was at the end. It was his wife's family that got on, and he just was at the end. But it was funny. So, and they had a big, huge party a viewing party when it was aired here in Sioux Falls, because they got on, and then they had a viewing party, and we got to go to it. It was a fun viewing party, and it was fun. They're a fun family to be around. Sorry, I'm getting a text that I don't know how to, that for Girl Scouts. But the Girl Scouts, I can't do anything with it because the timing of the Girl Scouts is when I have other things going on and I can't get out of them. So I don't know what we're going to do about Girl Scouts this year. I don't know. It's just one of those things when you're double booked. Oh, but it is almost 12 o'clock. So I want to let you guys know, I do have all the packages from this weekend ready. Our post office closes down for an hour over lunch. I will go mail them at 1 o'clock. I'm going to work on getting Tuesday items ready here. We will have our next live at 8 p.m. tonight, where we're going to do the Simply Luxe swing earrings. I'm going to bring those up close so you guys can see. Those gorgonias, I think, make those, just having those beads. And the thing that you would think when you see these, that this earring is extremely heavy. Let me get that so it'll focus on that and not me. Just because of that bead and such, and it is not. These are not heavy earrings. I know, but Buttercup is having an issue with other people taking her to stuff. She has we've gone into the progression now that I have to take her everywhere. Like the other day for volleyball, the reason why my light was in the other room, I lost one of my diamond earrings and I thought it bounced on the dresser. I couldn't find it. Then she couldn't find her knee pads. And I said, I want to drop you off at the front door. You know how to find where your thing is. I will park. I will be in. I want you to warm up. And she's like, no, I won't warm up. I'll wait for you. I'll walk in with you. And I'm like, oh, dear Lord. So yes, it's difficult right now. It's like, I have to do it with her. I love her. I love her dearly. I just want her to have independence. But I did find my earring. That's why I had to have my little light, as I sat there and did it all over my dresser. And I'm like, why can't I find it on my dresser? And I don't know why all of a sudden I'm like, let me try the floor. And I'm going all over the length of my dresser. And then like the fifth pass, so I'm like way back from the dresser. There it was on the floor. So I found my earring. And then I screamed, and my husband was like, what? I'm like, I found my earring. And he was like, good. I'm like, I didn't want him to have to buy me a new pair of earrings because I lost one. But so yes, that was a happy ending to Saturday. It started off really rough. And I even went and I just put in my smaller studs, and I'm like, okay, we can do today. We can do today. It's not the end of the world. And then we did Zuli's live, and I thought that was great. And I'm like, we're going to have a good day now. It's all about the perspective. It could start really crappy where you lose your diamond earring and you can't find the darn knee pads. But let me tell you, we live right by a Walmart, and we just zoomed into Walmart, got some knee pads so she could go to that game, because her grandma was in town, her other grandma, and we had to make sure she could be at the volleyball game and play. So we were doing whatever we could. And then we get home, and then later that night, I found her knee pads. Not where they were, should have been at all. So now we have a new rule. Knee pads go to this specific spot. When you're done, it has to be there so we don't have that happen again. And then I found my earring Saturday night. So everything in the world is good. I just thought, she's going to remember where her knee pads are. My kids always knew where their shin guards were for soccer. Yeah, no, they were in a weird spot. And I'm like, you just dumped and went. All right, everybody. I am going to get going. Thank you for just letting me talk for an hour on the chat time. We really didn't talk about a lot of beading stuff, so sorry. But we will be back at 8 p.m. and we will do our Simply Luxe swing earrings. We'll see you then, everybody. Bye. You too, everybody.